Within the past hour or so, Italy's Prime Minister Mario Draghi has resigned after his government coalition splintered. His resignation has been accepted by the country's president, who will now decide the next step. I'm joined now by our correspondent, Mark Lowen, who's in Rome. Mark, Italian politics always has the potential to be quite fiery. This quite, even by those standards, quite a shock.
Yeah, quite a dizzying sudden end to Mario Draghi's coalition government, Ben, because it was supported by the majority of Italians, according to opinion polls. And over the last few days, some 2,000 mayors, business leaders and unions had issued a public call for Mario Draghi to remain. He had also been phoned by leaders from across the world, given his huge international standing, to try to stay in place. But ultimately, the average tenure of Italian governments is just over a year, and Mario Draghi's has lasted about 18 months. And so his becomes the 67th government to fall since the Second World War in a country that is notoriously politically fractious. Let me give you a sense of what the newspapers here are saying. This is La Stampa, one of the leading newspapers here, with the single word, shame, talking about how some of the coalition partners in Mario Draghi's government brought it down. And this is the centre-left newspaper, La Repubblica, Italy betrayed. That just gives you a sense of the shock that many here are feeling, that Mario Draghi, this titan technocrat brought in last year to steady the ship, to lead Italy through its post-pandemic recovery, his government has suddenly collapsed after coalition partners wavered.
So, Mark, if this triggers elections, which, as you suggest, it will do, who could replace him?
Well, waiting in the wings is the far-right party Brothers of Italy. Now, it is part of a right-wing coalition here that the opinion polls suggest would emerge victorious in snap elections if President Mattarella decides to call them. We will probably hear more on that later on today, and those snap elections would probably come in early October. And the leader of the far-right party, Brothers of Italy, is Giorgia Meloni. Now, if she would become Prime Minister, she'd be the first female Prime Minister of Italy. But she is on the hard right of Italian politics, and that would really send shivers down the spines of many in Brussels, since Italy, of course, is a founding member of the European Union and a core member of the sort of transatlantic political community. It is a G7 member, of course, and Mario Draghi had emerged as a sort of important figure in the international coalition to support Ukraine. So, parts of the right wing are quite close to Vladimir Putin. You've got Matteo Salvini of the hard right League Party, who has been very close to Vladimir Putin in the past. You've got Silvio Berlusconi, remember him, still in his 80s, still leader of the centre-right Forza Italia, a great buddy of Vladimir Putin. So that would be a concern if the right wing were to take power here. But, Italian politics notoriously hard to read. This is a very fractious and very volatile politically volatile country, so all could change before elections if indeed they're called for the autumn.
OK, Mark, thanks for demystifying all of that for us. Mark Lowen there for us in Rome.